15 stars who are unrecognizable after Ozempic. It's scary. What if the celebrities you grew up watching suddenly look like strangers, not because of scandal, but because life changed them? Behind every dramatic transformation is a reality we rarely talk about: illness, aging, recovery, and the pressure of living under constant public judgment. The photos may shock you, but the truth might move you even more. Tonight, we look beyond appearance and ask a deeper question about identity and health in the spotlight. Stay with us until the end, because some stories may completely change your perspective. Subscribe to Black Excellence Legends and comment below: should fans celebrate change, or do we secretly expect our icons to stay frozen in time? Lizzo, born Melissa Vivian Jefferson, emerged in the late 2000s as far more than a chart-topping pop artist. She became a cultural figure whose image was closely tied to confidence, visibility, and body acceptance. After years of performing in smaller venues and releasing independent projects, her breakthrough arrived with the 2019 album, 'Cause I Love You. Songs like Truth Hurts and Good as Hell dominated radio and streaming platforms, eventually helping her win 3 Grammy Awards in 2020. What distinguished Lizzo was not only her music but her presence. On stage, she danced intensely, played classical flute, and openly celebrated a body type that mainstream entertainment had rarely highlighted positively. Because of that, public reaction intensified when fans began noticing a visible change in her physique in recent years. Online discussions quickly framed the shift as dramatic weight loss, and speculation linked it to popular weight management medications. However, Lizzo herself has consistently described her routine differently. She has spoken publicly about adopting structured fitness training, strength-based workouts, and dietary adjustments focused on energy and endurance, rather than pursuing a specific number on a scale. In interviews and social media posts, she emphasized improving stamina for live performances, which can last more than 90 minutes and include continuous choreography and instrumental playing. The response revealed something deeper than curiosity about a celebrity's appearance. Many supporters had connected emotionally to her earlier message that self-worth should not depend on body size. For some observers, her transformation felt confusing, while others viewed it as a personal health decision. Lizzo addressed this tension, directly explaining that body positivity, in her view, means accepting oneself at every stage, including change. She argued that confidence should not be limited to maintaining a single physical image. Her situation illustrates a broader cultural reality. Audiences often associate public figures with a fixed identity, while individuals naturally evolve. Musicians age, touring demands shift, and health priorities change. The physical differences people see today do not erase her earlier message, but instead expand it. Lizzo's journey highlights how celebrity bodies become symbols even when the person inside them is simply adapting to life workload and wellness goals. Rather than a contradiction, her evolution shows that self-acceptance can include transformation, and that personal health choices do not necessarily invalidate the values that first inspired fans. Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey's relationship with weight has unfolded publicly for more than 4 decades, making her story unusually personal to audiences who grew up watching her. Rising from a local television host to the creator of The Oprah Winfrey Show in 1986, she became one of the most influential figures in modern media. Alongside interviews and book clubs, she often spoke candidly about dieting cycles, emotional eating, and the frustration of losing weight only to regain it. In 1988, she famously appeared on television, pulling a wagon filled with fat to illustrate a major weight loss, only to later explain how unsustainable methods led to rapid rebound. That honesty created trust, especially among viewers who recognized that metabolism, stress, and age complicate long-term health. In recent years, conversations about medications used for weight management intensified, and Oprah chose transparency rather than secrecy. She acknowledged using doctor-prescribed treatment as part of a broader plan that also includes nutrition, awareness walking, and lifestyle structure. Her explanation reframed the topic. Instead of presenting weight as a moral issue solved by willpower alone, she described it as a biological condition influenced by hormones and appetite regulation. For many middle-aged viewers, particularly women navigating menopause and metabolic changes, the admission was significant. It challenged the long-standing Hollywood pattern where dramatic transformations are often credited solely to strict dieting. Public reaction ranged from praise to debate. Some admired her openness because it reduced stigma around medical care. Others worried it might normalize quick solutions. Yet her message remained consistent: medication is a tool, not a replacement for habits or self-reflection. Oprah's broader impact lies in shifting the conversation from appearance to health. Over decades, she has demonstrated that body change does not erase identity or achievement. Her journey illustrates a larger truth. Even powerful figures face the same physical realities as everyone else. An honest discussion can be more influential than perfection. Sherri Shepherd. Sherri Shepherd built her career on relatability. As a comedian, actress, and television personality on The View, and later Sherri, she became known for humor, grounded in everyday life experiences. Unlike distant celebrities, she spoke openly about motherhood, faith, and personal struggles, which made viewers feel they understood her beyond the screen. That familiarity is why her physical transformation attracted immediate attention when she appeared noticeably slimmer during recent television appearances. Rather than allow speculation to dominate, Shepherd addressed the change directly. She revealed that medical tests showed she was pre-diabetic, a warning that forced her to reconsider daily habits. Instead of framing the transformation around appearance, she emphasized health prevention. She reduced sugar intake, monitored carbohydrates, and built a consistent routine around walking and structured meals. Over time, she lost more than 40 pounds, and audiences witnessed the gradual shift week after week rather than a sudden red carpet reveal. Her openness altered how viewers interpreted the change. Many people in their 40s and 50s recognize that blood sugar and metabolism can shift with age, making lifestyle adjustments necessary. By explaining the medical context, Shepherd transformed curiosity into understanding. The discussion moved away from cosmetic pressure and toward long-term wellness. She frequently stressed that the goal was energy mobility and avoiding diabetes complications rather than fitting an entertainment ideal. Her journey highlights how the phrase unrecognizable can be misleading. The person audiences connected with her humor, storytelling, and emotional honesty remained unchanged. What evolved was her awareness of health risks and commitment to prevention. Shepherd's story resonates because it mirrors ordinary life. A routine checkup leads to a serious conversation, which leads to gradual change. Instead of shock value, her transformation became a reminder that proactive care, even in midlife, can reshape the future while preserving identity. Monique, born Monique Angela Hicks in Baltimore, built her reputation on bold confidence long before her Academy Award-winning performance in Precious 2009. As a stand-up comedian and star of The Parkers, she openly embraced being a plus-size woman in an industry that rarely allowed it. For years, she publicly stated she weighed over 300 pounds and refused to hide it. Her image, glamorous gowns, commanding stage presence, and unapologetic humor became part of her identity and a source of empowerment for fans who rarely saw their body type celebrated on television. That is why her gradual physical transformation drew so much attention. Unlike sudden celebrity changes that fuel rumors, Monique documented her process in real time. Through social media videos, she showed early morning workouts, weight training sessions, and long walks. She frequently emphasized discipline rather than shortcuts, explaining that her goal was longevity, not appearance. As she entered her 50s, she said she wanted mobility, stamina, and the ability to perform a stand-up on stage without exhaustion. Over the years, the visible difference became striking: toned arms, a smaller waistline, and increased physical endurance during performances. Some observers linked the change to modern weight loss medications, but she consistently credited exercise and structured habits. Her transparency changed the tone of discussion. Instead of speculation, audiences witnessed effort, sweat routine, and persistence. She also connected the transformation to emotional well-being, describing how consistent movement improved mood and energy. Her journey highlights a deeper issue: people often associate identity with a single appearance. For Monique, confidence did not depend on remaining the same size forever. She argued that self-love includes caring for health as the body ages. The woman audiences recognized had not disappeared, she had adapted. Her evolution demonstrates that empowerment can exist both in embracing one's body and in choosing to strengthen it, proving that transformation does not erase authenticity. Jennifer Hudson. Jennifer Hudson first gained national attention during American Idol in 2004, where her powerful voice overshadowed her short run in the competition. She quickly transitioned into acting and won the Academy Award for Dreamgirls 2006, establishing herself as both a vocalist and performer. Early in her career, audiences also associated her with a fuller figure, which remained part of her public image as she rose to international fame. Over time, however, viewers began noticing a clear physical change. Red carpet appearances and television performances revealed a significantly slimmer silhouette. Because celebrity transformations often invite speculation, some assumed a sudden intervention. Hudson repeatedly explained that her weight loss came from lifestyle adjustments. She spoke about learning portion control, changing how she approached food, and maintaining a balanced eating routine rather than extreme dieting. She also incorporated regular physical activity to support stamina for touring and stage performances. What made her case stand out was the gradual pace. The shift occurred over several years, paralleling her expanding career from recording albums to hosting television and performing on Broadway. For many adults entering their 40s, her explanation resonated. Metabolism slows, schedules intensify, and health becomes connected to energy and longevity more than appearance. Hudson framed the change not as reinvention, but as adaptation to a demanding professional life. The reaction revealed how memory shapes perception. Fans remembered the singer who first appeared on television and felt surprised by the contrast, even though the transformation unfolded slowly. Hudson emphasized that she never aimed to meet a specific beauty standard. She wanted balance and consistency. Her experience illustrates that visible change can come from sustainable habits rather than sudden measures. The voice that captivated audiences remained the same, reminding viewers that physical evolution does not alter talent or artistic identity. Kelly Price. Kelly Price built her reputation in the late 1990s as one of R&B and gospel's most powerful vocalists. Known for emotionally rich ballads and collaborations with major artists, she was admired primarily for her voice rather than image. For decades, fans associated her with strength, stability, and a familiar presence in music and television appearances. That is why her noticeably slimmer appearance in recent years sparked immediate concern rather than simple curiosity. The turning point came after a severe health crisis. Price publicly revealed that she had been hospitalized with COVID-19 and experienced serious complications that left her physically weakened. Recovery from a prolonged illness often affects appetite, muscle mass, and metabolism, and weight loss can occur during rehabilitation. When she later reappeared, audiences reacted strongly because the change looked sudden, but the timeline included months of medical treatment and gradual rebuilding of strength. Rather than cosmetic reinvention, the transformation reflected survival. Her return to singing carried emotional weight. Supporters focused less on appearance and more on relief that she had recovered enough to perform again. In interviews, she discussed the difficulty of regaining stamina, explaining that breathing control and endurance essential for a vocalist required consistent effort after illness. For many viewers, especially those who had experienced serious health scares themselves, her story felt relatable. A body emerging from trauma rarely looks the same. Price's journey demonstrates how public perception can misinterpret physical change. Headlines often frame dramatic weight differences as aesthetic decisions, but in her case, the shift represented recovery and resilience. The voice remained intact, and her performances carried renewed gratitude. Her experience reminds audiences that before and after images rarely reveal the full story. Sometimes what appears shocking is actually evidence of healing, and the real achievement is not looking different, but returning to life in music. Tamar Braxton. Tamar Braxton has lived much of her life in front of cameras, first as part of a famous musical family, and later as a solo artist and reality television personality. Her outspoken personality and candid storytelling made her highly visible, and viewers watched her career, relationships, and personal struggles unfold publicly. Because audiences followed her for years, even small physical changes were noticeable, and fluctuations in her weight often became topics of discussion. Unlike quick transformation narratives, Braxton's changing appearance developed across different life phases. She has openly discussed stress, depression, and emotional pressure connected to career demands and personal events. Such factors can strongly influence sleep patterns, appetite, and hormonal balance, all of which affect body weight. Her periods of weight loss and gain coincided with difficult moments, showing how mental health can manifest physically. In interviews, she emphasized the importance of stability and self-care rather than focusing on appearance. Therapy, rest, and rebuilding routine became part of her recovery. As her well-being improved, her look also changed, leading to renewed speculation. Yet the underlying cause was not a sudden cosmetic goal, but a gradual attempt to restore balance. Many adults recognize this connection. Emotional strain often alters the body, and healing can reverse those effects. Braxton's story illustrates how the term unrecognizable oversimplifies reality. The person audiences see on screen evolves as circumstances evolve. What appears dramatic in photographs reflects internal struggles and progress rather than trend-driven change. Her experience highlights a broader message: the body often records stress and recovery simultaneously. By speaking openly about mental health, she shifted the conversation from image to understanding, showing that transformation can signal resilience instead of reinvention. K. Michelle. K. Michelle, born Kimberly, Michelle Pate entered the spotlight as an R&B singer and television personality known for emotional songwriting and blunt honesty. From her earliest appearances on reality television and in music videos, her image became a major topic of discussion alongside her vocal talent. As her career grew, audiences noticed significant changes in her body shape and facial features, prompting intense public scrutiny. In an era where dramatic transformations are quickly attributed to weight loss trends, many assumed a simple explanation. Her story, however, proved far more complicated. K. Michelle openly acknowledged undergoing cosmetic procedures early in her career. She later revealed that some of those procedures led to severe health complications, including chronic pain and difficulty performing. Over time, she chose to remove earlier enhancements and pursue corrective medical treatment. The process itself caused further visible changes to her appearance, which the public interpreted as a new transformation. Rather than hide it, she spoke publicly about the consequences of chasing industry beauty standards and the emotional toll of living under constant visual judgment. Her willingness to discuss medical issues shifted the narrative. Instead of presenting a flawless image, she described hospital visits, recovery periods, and the psychological pressure entertainers face to maintain a certain look. The changes viewers noticed were not just about weight, but about healing and long-term health decisions. She emphasized wanting to feel comfortable on stage again and to perform without physical pain. K. Michelle's journey highlights a larger cultural reality. Appearance in entertainment can become tied to career survival. When the audience associates success with a specific look, artists sometimes feel compelled to modify themselves. By reversing earlier choices and prioritizing wellness, she reframed her transformation as correction rather than reinvention. Her experience serves as a cautionary example that behind striking before and after images may be medical consequences and personal reflection. Ultimately, the focus returned to her music, reminding fans that talent, not image, is what sustains a lasting career. Missy Elliott. Missy Elliott, born Melissa Arnett. Elliott revolutionized hip-hop and R&B through innovative production, futuristic visuals, and distinctive songwriting. During the late 1990s and early 2000s, she helped shape the sound of modern popular music, writing and producing hits for herself and other artists. Known for creative music videos and energetic performances, she became one of the most influential figures in the genre. Years later, however, audiences noticed a significant change in her physical appearance, sparking speculation about sudden weight loss. Elliott later clarified the situation. She revealed she had been diagnosed with Graves' disease, an autoimmune thyroid disorder that affects metabolism, heart rate, and energy levels. The condition can cause weight fluctuations, fatigue, and serious physical discomfort. Managing it required medical treatment and lifestyle adjustments, not cosmetic decisions. As therapy stabilized her condition, her body changed, leading to the slimmer appearance viewers observed. Her explanation highlighted how quickly public assumptions can form around visible change. Because dramatic weight loss is often associated with trend-driven methods, many overlook medical realities. Elliott spoke about focusing on hydration, balanced nutrition, and monitoring her health rather than pursuing a particular image. She also reduced touring for a period to allow recovery and prevent complications. Over time, she returned to recording and performing, demonstrating that her creativity remained unaffected. The transformation, once described as shocking by observers, instead reflected adaptation to a chronic condition. Her story underscores the complexity behind celebrity appearances. A visual difference does not always signal a deliberate aesthetic choice. Sometimes it reveals a body responding to treatment and healing. Missy Elliott's experience reminds audiences that public figures face health challenges just like anyone else, only under greater scrutiny. By explaining her diagnosis, she helped broaden awareness of thyroid disorders and encouraged empathy over speculation, showing that resilience can exist quietly behind a changed exterior. Rick Ross. Rick Ross, born William Leonard Roberts II, built his early career around a larger-than-life persona. When he emerged in the mid-2000s with hits like Hustlin', his image, heavy-set frame, booming voice, and luxury rap aesthetic became inseparable from his identity. For years, he reportedly weighed close to 350 pounds, and that imposing presence helped define how audiences recognized him. However, the lifestyle that accompanied success also brought physical consequences. Long studio nights, touring schedules, rich food, and limited sleep gradually affected his health. The turning point came after a series of medical emergencies. Ross experienced seizures that required hospitalization and alarmed both his family and fans. The incidents forced him to reconsider daily habits. Instead of sudden cosmetic change, he began a long-term routine built around consistent exercise and structured eating. He adopted regular cardiovascular workouts, strength training, and portion-controlled meals, publicly sharing parts of the process. Over time, he lost more than 100 pounds, and the visual difference was dramatic. Sharper facial features improved stamina and greater mobility on stage. Because the transformation was gradual, audiences could follow the progression rather than guessing. Ross explained his motivation clearly: longevity. He wanted to continue recording, performing, and raising his children without constant health scares. His journey also carried cultural significance. In hip-hop, discussions of fitness and preventative health have historically been rare, especially among male artists. By openly talking about exercise and routine, he reframed masculinity around discipline rather than excess. The reaction revealed how closely fans associate personality with appearance. Many initially struggled to adjust to the change because his earlier image had become iconic. Yet the artist himself remained the same creatively. His voice, lyrical style, and business ventures continued uninterrupted. Ross's evolution demonstrates that transformation can reflect survival rather than vanity. The body that once symbolized status became a reminder of vulnerability, and his decision to change habits ultimately expanded his career rather than diminishing it. Brat. Brat-born Shanti Harris became one of the first female rappers to achieve major commercial success in the 1990s. After signing with Jermaine Dupri's So So Def label, she released the album Funk Defeat in 1994, which went platinum and made her a distinctive voice in hip-hop. Her early image, oversized jerseys, baggy jeans, and athletic confidence helped define an era of female rap that emphasized authenticity over glamour. Because audiences associated her strongly with that look, changes in later years drew attention. As she transitioned into television, hosting, acting, and public appearances, viewers noticed she appeared slimmer than during her early career. In a culture quick to link dramatic weight loss to trends, speculation followed. However, Brat explained her change as a result of long-term lifestyle adjustments. Entering her 40s, she focused more on balanced meals, increased daily activity, and maintaining energy for work commitments. Rather than sudden intervention, her transformation unfolded gradually. Her story also reflects the natural progression of time. The body reacts differently with age and metabolism, slows recovery, takes longer, and priorities shift from style to wellness. She spoke about wanting to feel healthier and remain active, particularly as she expanded into new roles in media and family life. For many viewers, this resonated because it mirrored ordinary experience. Aging brings awareness of prevention and self-care. The public reaction highlighted how memory shapes perception. Fans remembered her early hip-hop image and compared it to her present appearance, creating the impression of a sharp contrast, even though the change occurred over years. Importantly, her artistic personality remained intact, humor, confidence, and vocal delivery unchanged. Brat's journey shows that evolution is not erasure. The artist audiences admired did not disappear, she matured. Her transformation reflects adaptation to life stages rather than an attempt to abandon her past, demonstrating how identity can stay constant even as appearance naturally evolves. Roker. Roker has been a constant presence in American households for decades as the longtime weather anchor on NBC's Today Show. Known for his humor, warmth, and steady professionalism, he became familiar to viewers not only as a broadcaster, but almost as a daily companion. Because audiences watched him over many years, changes in his appearance felt especially noticeable. His weight, which had been a long-standing personal struggle, became part of a public conversation about health rather than entertainment gossip. In the early 2000s, Roker made a significant decision. He underwent gastric bypass surgery after reaching roughly 340 pounds. The procedure led to a major reduction in weight in a visibly different frame. Unlike many celebrities, he spoke openly about the process, explaining that surgery was a medical tool rather than an effortless solution. He also acknowledged that maintaining results required consistent effort. Over the years, he described setbacks, periods of weight regain, and the ongoing challenge of managing habits. By discussing both progress and difficulty, he removed the mystery often surrounding celebrity transformations. His openness resonated particularly with middle-aged viewers who understood that metabolism changes and long-term health risks increase with age. Roker emphasized preventing complications such as heart disease and diabetes, shifting attention away from appearance toward longevity. The visual difference sometimes startled audiences because memory preserved his earlier image, yet his personality and on-screen presence remained unchanged. Roker's journey demonstrates how public figures can normalize conversations about health accountability. Rather than presenting perfection, he modeled persistence, acknowledging that wellness is a continuous process. The transformation was not about looking different for cameras. It was about remaining active enough to keep working, traveling, and spending time with family. His experience reminds viewers that a familiar face can change physically, while the person behind it remains the same, illustrating that medical intervention and lifestyle adjustments can coexist in a realistic, lifelong approach to health. Gabourey Sidibe. Gabourey Sidibe gained international recognition with her breakthrough performance in Precious 2009, earning an Academy Award nomination and challenging Hollywood expectations about leading actresses. From the beginning, her success centered on acting ability and emotional depth, rather than traditional appearance standards. Because she became a symbol of confidence and talent, beyond-size audiences formed a strong visual association with her early image. Years later, new photographs revealed a noticeably slimmer figure, surprising many viewers. Sidibe addressed the change, directly explaining that she had undergone bariatric surgery after consulting medical professionals. She cited a family history of type 2 diabetes and concern about long-term health risks as major reasons for the decision. The procedure was not presented as cosmetic. It was preventative health care intended to improve mobility, energy, and overall wellness. Her transformation did not end with surgery. She discussed learning new eating habits, monitoring health markers, and attending therapy to develop a healthier relationship with food. By sharing these details publicly, she reframed the narrative from shock to understanding. Instead of secrecy, she emphasized education, clarifying that medical guidance and emotional support were equally important parts of the process. The visible difference led some observers to describe her as unrecognizable, but her career trajectory remained consistent. She continued acting in television series and films, maintaining the same expressive performance style that first attracted audiences. Sidibe's story highlights how physical change can be misinterpreted when context is missing. What appears sudden externally often represents years of decision-making, medical advice, and personal reflection. Her journey ultimately underscores autonomy, the right to choose health measures without losing identity, and demonstrates that a performer's value lies in talent and character, not a fixed physical form. Fantasia Barrino. Fantasia Barrino rose to national prominence after winning American Idol in 2004, captivating audiences with a voice rooted in gospel emotion and raw storytelling. Her early image, powerful vocals, expressive stage presence, and a fuller figure became strongly associated with her identity as a soul performer. Over the years, however, fans noticed noticeable changes in her appearance at different stages of her career. Because those shifts appeared dramatic when compared to older photographs, public conversations often focused on weight rather than the circumstances surrounding it. Barrino herself has spoken about how her body reflected the pressures she experienced. Touring schedules, recording demands, personal hardships, and emotional stress affected sleep, appetite, and energy. During difficult periods, she dealt with anxiety and instability, both of which can influence metabolism and daily habits. As she rebuilt her life, she emphasized faith, routine, and emotional health. Gradually, her physical condition changed alongside improved balance and structure. Rather than a sudden transformation, her appearance evolved over many years. Some phases showed weight loss, others a return to a fuller figure. The visible contrast created the perception of a shocking shift, but in reality it mirrored life transitions, motherhood, career changes, and personal recovery. She often explained that the focus was not appearance, but stability, stamina for performing and maintaining mental well-being. Barrino's journey demonstrates how strongly audiences link identity to a fixed image. When a familiar performer looks different, viewers interpret it as reinvention, even though the person has simply moved through new experiences. Her voice and performance style remained consistent, and she continued performing on stage and in theater productions. The evolving appearance became less a mystery than a record of resilience, showing how emotional health and physical form often move together. Her story reminds audiences that transformation can reflect healing rather than image-driven change. Patti LaBelle. Patti LaBelle, born Patricia Louise Holty, has enjoyed a career spanning more than 6 decades, earning recognition as one of the defining voices of soul and R&B. Known for commanding stage performances and wide vocal range, she became famous first with the group LaBelle and later as a solo artist with hits such as If Only You Knew and On My Own. Throughout much of her early career, she maintained a fuller figure, and audiences grew accustomed to that familiar image alongside her signature high notes and dramatic performances. A major turning point occurred when she was diagnosed with diabetes in the mid-1990s. The condition required immediate lifestyle changes, including careful monitoring of blood sugar and dietary adjustments. Rather than treat it privately, LaBelle spoke openly about the diagnosis and the discipline necessary to manage it. She adopted healthier eating habits and increased awareness of nutrition, which gradually resulted in visible weight loss. Over time, fans noticed a slimmer appearance, particularly when comparing recent performances to earlier decades. The difference sometimes led to speculation, yet her explanation remained consistent. The change was a medical necessity. Managing diabetes requires long-term commitment, and her routine became part of her daily life. She even developed cookbooks focused on healthier meals, turning personal experience into education for others facing similar conditions. LaBelle's transformation reflects adaptation rather than reinvention. Her stage energy, vocal power, and charisma continued unchanged despite physical differences. Instead of chasing a beauty standard, she aimed to preserve health and maintain the stamina needed to perform. Her story illustrates how aging and chronic illness management can reshape the body while leaving artistic identity intact. The evolution seen by audiences is not about image, but longevity, the effort to continue singing, touring, and living actively well into later life. These stories remind us that fame does not stop time, illness, or personal growth. Bodies change, but dignity and talent remain. Maybe the real lesson isn't how different these stars look, it's how strong they had to be to keep going. Instead of judging appearances, perhaps we should value resilience, honesty, and survival. Every transformation carries a human story we rarely see. So what do you think? Are we witnessing vanity healing or simply life unfolding in public? Share your respectful thoughts below. Your voice matters in this conversation. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and support Black Excellence Legends, where we honor not only success but the humanity behind it.